So, doing, the daily update about, searching Mental Health Act on Google, then, also have an update about calling the Mental Health Review Board office. And I guess I'll start with the second thing first. They didn't, they decided to continue detention 15 days ago, even though I'm not a risk to myself or others. And even though the doctor never observed or interviewed me in stipulated timelines, and recalled me to the hospital when I was off the Mental Health Act illegally on February 26th. So, and then subsequently recalled me for injection illegally when I wasn't observed or interviewed, and injected me on the 26th as well, or February. So, I don't know. Within the last certification periods, I think there were several crimes that should make people lose their jobs, and beyond that, potential jail time for repeat violations of human rights, assaults, kidnapping, abuses, and false imprisonment too. I think, even though I wasn't in hospital for very long, but they still transported me to the hospital, made me walk home, and with a sore shoulder and a hangover. But there's that, and so messed up, and not sure what to make of the review board thing. I talked to the secretary, clerk person that answers the phone. She's the person who's in contact with the chair who's supposed to write the written reasons is out right now, and there's a note for them to send you the document in your email, and so I was wondering about that, and I don't know, I was are there any repercussions or for not following the rules and procedures? And she's maybe they won't get another job or something. He's yeah, I'd recommend that. She was get in writing a bunch of times after. I was maybe I should write in or something. So I don't know about that, but yeah, pretty messed up. And they can amend their decision, I guess. It's they keep trying to make the argument that they amend their decision in writing, and also make the argument, I said in my YouTube video yesterday, that they didn't treat me fairly, they didn't show me respect, they were blatantly lying about me, and aggrandizing risk claims that I think are unfounded, and obviously so. So I don't know what to make of it, other than it's a kangaroo court that it's caused a lot of harm, and apparently doesn't follow their own rules about courtesy and respect and truthfulness and accessibility and fairness, and instead allows people to lie for half an hour straight. Maybe that's not entirely true, but at least consistently throughout something, either white lies, or full on factual inaccuracies, or lies by omission, or false reasoning towards operationalized outcome through misrepresentation, which I consider lying too. But so there's that, and not sure what else to say about it, but it's pretty messed up that the oversight systems they don't follow their own rules, and beyond that, they don't follow the rules set out by the courts, even though the chair's a lawyer pretty much every time, and they should know the case law that says you have to be beyond trivial and knowing at least, and in my impression it has to be criminal according to that Winco case too, any conduct, previous conduct, to make proper reasoning that there might be criminal conduct in the future. And thinking it's still a messed up law, but it would at least get me off the Mental Health Act, and should have the entire time, instead of, or I shouldn't have been on the Mental Health Act in the first place, because it's never risked myself or others in that sense. And beyond that, you can make the argument I don't have bona fide delusions, and I'm sane and rational, and I don't know, there's that. Even though I think there's directed energy weapons, and talked about it in the review panel briefly. The chair asked me questions about it, asked me 2 questions about it. I was like, she's like, that's all the questions I have. I was like, okay. But yeah, so I don't know what to like make of it. There's a Reddit article and like watched a video by City News and Juno, or I think I'm mispronouncing the name. He said it in the end of the video, Junos or something. And yeah, it was a good article. I think it was talking about like addiction and like the rise of addiction deaths. Apparently, like hundreds of people died in 1 month, or like over 100 people died in 1 month of ODs, mostly of fentanyl, and like wondering about that and like safety parameters and like uh, long term problems and like legalization or whatever, I guess, too, or like a decriminalization of like possession or whatever, and like I don't know. So there's that, and like wondering about that, and like basically like arguments that I don't know, like service the argument that more people should be detained and the Mental Health Act should be expanded, and like wondering about it, like substance use in relation to like Lapu Lapu Day tragedy type arguments where they like pick sensationalized things that are like terrible and like problems in society, but like think they can use those type of arguments in service of like committing people who don't deserve it, who can make and are able to make informed decisions about their health, but are practically